D with the Wreath Machine. Let's do this. All right, y'all. Let me get back on. Hello, everybody. This is Maria D with the Wreath Machine. Doo-doo-doo. Give me 1 second here to get my tablet situated, and we will go and get started. Can y'all hear me, see me, etc.? Lord have mercy. If my internet don't stop acting up. Come on in, y'all. This is Maria D with the Wreath Machine, coming to you live from Manville, Texas. See if we can get around these internet issues today. So, what is going on, y'all? Come on in and say hello. All right, y'all. What I'm going to do, hello, Rosie D. Thank you for joining me again. Hello to everybody out there. Welcome in. Sorry, y'all, I'm having some technical difficulties, but we're going to talk about the Wreath Lock. We're going to do a recap, and then we're going to get into a tutorial to show you how to make a swag on the swag stick from the Wreath Lock. So I'm going to give it a few more seconds. Let me get my bow maker out of the way. So how's everybody's day going today? It's getting warm in Texas, y'all. The spring weather is slowly but surely coming in. So I see I got 3 viewers on. So let me just go ahead and start talking about the Wreath Lock. And if someone comes in later and they have any questions, I will go ahead and address the questions at the time. So here we go here. So if you don't know me, I'm Maria D. I'm the inventor of the Wreath Lock, which is this product that's on the table, which is now a product line. So what the Wreath Lock is the first and only hook that helps keep your wreath on your door, keeps it from blowing off. Hello, Debbie. Keeps it from blowing off, falling off, and being taken from your door. So as you can see behind me, wreaths are pretty expensive and luxury items these days, and people are buying them. But the thing is, a lot of people have either had them stolen or taken in the past, and they just don't want to hang them now because they don't want them to be taken or blow off their door. So this was created to help keep your wreath on your door and keep them from being affected by the winds, blowing off, falling off, and walking off. So how many of you that are actually watching right now are either wreath makers, you buy wreaths, you sell wreaths? This is for anyone that buys wreaths. Hello, Pizza Man 33. How are you today? How are you, Debbie? So thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all coming in. So like I said, I'm going to do a recap of the product and how it works. If you have any questions about the product, feel free to ask in between. And then after we get done discussing the product, then I'm going to go into making a swag like the one shown on the, I don't think y'all can see it. On the back wall, there's a, oh, I know that, Pizza Man. Thank you, though. On the back wall, the little bunny that's hanging up there, that's a swag that I'm going to do on the swag stick. But Pizza Man, right now, we're talking about the Wreath Lock. So if you're not a wreath maker or a wreath owner, this is kind of focusing on wreaths, so if you don't mind. But anyways, so let me go ahead and show you. Hello, Malia. How are you doing today? So what I'm going to do is show you the Wreath Lock and how it works. First, I'm going to show you how it works on a wireframe wreath, and then we're going to go from there. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask them. My day is going great. How is your day? You have to excuse me, y'all. I'm kind of fighting allergies right now, so my voice sounds hoarse. That's why. So all right, y'all. So for those of you who are interested in the Wreath Lock and what it does and how it works, let me go ahead and show you. So this is the Wreath Lock. It's stainless steel. And what it does is it protects your wreaths, again, like I said earlier, from blowing off, falling off, and being taken. So I'm going to show you how it works on a regular wireframe wreath. So this is one that I have that I use for an example. So what you're going to do is you're going to flip your wreath over to the back, excuse me, and you're going to find a crossbar just like this one. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your wreath lock, you're going to flip it upside down towards the back of the wreath you want to protect. Once you do that, you're going to pass your wreath lock through the crossbar just like this one. So once you do that, you're going to let your wreath fall to the bottom. So after this, you're going to take your wreath lock hook over to the door just like you would any other hook. So this is an anti-theft hook. Obviously, it's a little more sturdy. It's stainless steel. It's rust and weather resistant. So once you take this over to your door and hang it up, your wreath is not going to be able to be easily removed. It won't be able to blow off the door or be taken. So it will take someone quite a while to even try to take the wreath off the door. So obviously by that time, they're going to say forget it and go on to the next person's door. They're not going to mess with a door that has something secure, right? So this is how it works with the wireframe wreath, okay? So this is a patent pending product. It is the only one of its kind. So I do come on here to show people how it works, because especially like right now, springtime, the winds are very strong, wreaths and everything, trash cans and all that, they're all blowing down the street. So what we want to do is, if you're going to buy a wreath and you're going to spend a couple hundred, even $150 on a wreath, you want to protect it. So that's what this product is for. So that's how it works on a wireframe wreath. So if you have any questions about the wreath lock along the way, feel free to ask. So how many people out there use grapevine wreaths? I know there's a lot of people that like grapevine wreaths because you can do floral designs on them and stuff like that. And for some people, they're a lot easier to work with. So who out there in the audience uses grapevine wreaths for their designs? Either buy them or you make them as a wreath maker. Anybody? You do? Okay. So would you like me to demonstrate how the wreath lock works on a grapevine wreath? So another thing about the wreath lock, it originally, okay, I will show you, Miss Rosie. So originally the wreath lock came in a design that looked like this. So the sides were just straight and it was just plain. So it does come in plain steel, painted and engraved. So then I had the ability to kind of change the design a little bit. So this is the new wave design. So if you go to wreathlock.com or you search Wreath Lock on Etsy, you'll find the new wave design. So this also comes in plain and painted. This does not come in laser engraved like the original Wreath Lock does. So let me go ahead and show you how the Wreath Lock works on a grapevine wreath. Let me turn the camera a little bit. So whenever you purchase a Wreath Lock, it's going to come with this little adapter. So whether you get a longer 2-foot Wreath Lock or you get the 12-inch Wreath Lock, it's going to come with this adapter, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to take either a few branches of your grapevine wreath, or you're going to take this thicker branch and you're going to pass your adapter through, okay? And this is going to be somewhat similar to how you place the wreath lock on a traditional wireframe wreath. So you're going to take your wreath lock. Again, you're going to flip it upside down towards the back of the wreath you want to secure. And this time you're going to take the adapter and you're going to pass it through. And again, you're going to let it fall to the bottom. Easy installation. And once you do that, you're going to take this whole unit to your door and hang it on the door. And once you do, and you close and lock the door, your wreath is secure from blowing off, falling off, and being taken. So let me just go ahead and say this as a side note. You know, nothing in the world today is 1,000,000% secure. If somebody really wants your property, they'll figure out a way to get it. On the other hand, the Wreath Lock is a lot more secure than what we've had on the market to date. So all we've had to date is something like this. So as you can see, you put a wreath on this, you slam the door too hard, the winds are blowing too hard, or somebody just wants your wreath, they're just going to come up and take it. There's no security. There's no way to protect your wreath. On the other hand, you have the Wreath Lock. So what makes the Wreath Lock different than other hooks is it has the slit in the middle where your wreath sits, or the adapter. And again, this little adapter that's on here comes with each Wreath Lock that you purchase. And again, the Wreath Lock comes in 12-inch total length or 25.5-inch total length. So depending on if you have a door under or over 80 inches, because 80 inches is the standard height of a door. If it's over 80 inches, I'm going to suggest, let me grab it. I'm going to suggest, hope y'all can see me, the 25.5-inch Wreath Lock. So this is for the taller doors, the business doors, the doors that are over 80 inches for, like, I don't know, it doesn't even have to be a high-end home, because they are actually installing 7, 8, 9, 10 foot doors on regular homes now. So I highly suggest measuring your door before you order the Wreath Lock, okay? Because I want you to get the hook that fits your door properly. Because you don't want a 10-foot door with a 12-inch hook. That's not going to look right. So again, just my suggestion. And the 25.5-inch, which is really 24 inches, can y'all still hear me okay? Comes in painted and plain steel. So the painted's like hammered brown, hammered black, and the plain. So some colors, but not too many, because this is a longer hook, takes a lot more material, so it is a little bit pricier than the traditional. So obviously you can see the difference in the size. So that's the first thing. All right, y'all. So does anybody have any questions at this point about the product and how to use it? So what I'm going to do is show you next what the swag stick is. So the Wreath Lock itself, the hook, came out last April. It hasn't even been out a year yet. Next month will be a year. So it is a hook and an adapter, and it is also the swag stick. So the swag stick, this takes the place, if you know about wreaths and you know about the wreath industry, there's people making something called a paint stick swag. So it was like a swag like the one in the back, but it was on a paint stick. And the thing is, to save money, it's a good idea. But in the long run, I don't know if you want to give your clients, if you're a wreath maker, a swag on a paint stick. Because it's a piece of wood. It's thin, it could rot, break in half. Somebody wants to take it, it's very easy to be compromised. So on the other hand, I created the swag stick, which is stainless steel, to take the place of the paint stick for making a swag. So this is something that can be reused. The holes are already in it. So you would just put your pipe cleaners in it, put your mesh on it, your picks, and all that other stuff. And then you have your swag, like the ones on the, move in the camera, the ones on the back wall here. So let me show you. So these are actually created on the paint stick. I'm on the swag stick. Sorry, y'all. These are actually created on the swag stick. So the thing about the swag stick is that it is actually meant to work with the Wreath Lock hook and the adapter. So all these together are considered a product ecosystem. So the only item meant to work alone is the Wreath Lock. This can work on wireframe wreaths on its own. But otherwise, you need a adapter for grapevines with the wreath lock. And then to work with the swag stick, you need the hook, you need the adapter, and you need the swag stick. So at the top here where these two lines are, this top line is where your adapter is going to go through, and then it actually goes onto the wreath lock hook just like this. So once you're done making the swag, it hooks on just like this. So everything works together. So it's A, B, and C. So what I'm going to show you tonight is an actual tutorial on how to make a swag on the swag stick. So that's what I'm actually going to show you. And when I'm done with it, I will have it available for purchase so that if you do want it, you can go ahead and purchase it directly from me tonight before it gets posted to Etsy. And what I'm also going to do is when I do make the swag on the swag stick, I'm going to make it available for purchase with this Patriotic dual tricolor hook. So you can either get it this way or you can get it plain. So if you want the upgrade and you purchase it tonight, you're more than welcome to pick this one to go with it. The only thing is you're going to have red, white, and blue. You may want to purchase a plain hook down the line to use with your other wreaths and swags, but it is totally up to you because this is a limited edition. This is not something that's made in high quantities. So these limited edition painted ones, they're hand painted by me. They don't come out that often. So if you do want a red, white, and blue Patriotic, considering this is the 250th birthday of the United States, if you want to go ahead and get one for that reason, you're more than welcome to. So I will have it available once the swag is completed. So let me go ahead and get ready to make the swag. So how's everybody's day going? Like I said, I'm here in Texas and things are starting to heat up, but that's quite all right. I'd rather have hot instead of cold. At least that's just me. All right, let's get this. I'm gonna move the camera over a little bit and focus it down. Hope everybody's having a great day. Please excuse the camera, y'all. I gotta move it around. All right, hopefully it'll stay right there. Thank y'all for watching. I know it's Thursday and y'all got other things going on, but I appreciate you watching. I'm only coming on once a week at this point, so. How you doing, Rosie D? You still hanging on there? All right, y'all. So again, like I said, this is the swag stick by Wreath Lock. It's available at wreathlock.com. It's also available on Etsy if you type in the Wreath Lock. So what you do when you get the swag stick, first you're going to take your pipe cleaners and you're going to put them through each of the 9 sets of holes. And it's already prepped for you in that nature. So you get your pipe cleaners and you tie them on, okay? So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start filling in the pipe cleaners with the mesh, okay? Give me 1 second to grab my mesh because I got stuff all over the place, y'all. Let me take a quick drink too. All right, y'all. Getting used to working with limited space on my desk here. All right, y'all. So you're going to see techniques that I do. Actually, let me try something real quick. Sorry, you might want to close your eyes if you're watching on the camera. I'm trying to get this. I don't want the camera to slip while I'm doing the tutorial, so excuse my movement. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to have a different setup very soon here, so it's going to look a lot better. But it's going to take a minute. All right. Y'all ready? Thank you, everybody that's joining. My name's Maria D. I am the owner of Wreath Meshine, a small wreath business, and I'm also the inventor of the Wreath Lock. So I will go over the Wreath Lock again in the end for anyone that has questions. So right now, this is the swag stick from the Wreath Lock. It is a stainless steel swag base. And what I'm going to do is a tutorial and make a patriotic swag on it. And at the end, it will be available for purchase if anybody would like to purchase it. And like I said earlier, I will make it available with this red, white, and blue tricolor hand-painted patriotic hook. So tonight, if you want it, it will be available to purchase it with it, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. I hope everybody's having a good day. So I'm going to show you, this is how I do my mesh. I'm going to do 5 curls. I'm going to flip it over. So the first thing I'm going to do when I fill in my mesh is I'm going to fill in every other tie in the beginning, okay? And there's a reason for it, y'all. And this is a new product, and this is a new way of doing things. And it's probably going to be a little learning curve, especially if you're new to making wreaths, but everything will make sense in time. So again, I appreciate y'all watching. If y'all wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel so you can get updates whenever a live comes on. If you could share it with those that you know that like wreaths, make wreaths, etc. Okay? All right, let's see here. I'm going to put every other, get my hair out the way. If there's anyone out there watching, if you are a wreath maker, can you let me know? And also, if you wouldn't mind telling me where you're watching from. Y'all wouldn't mind throwing some likes or some hearts and all that. I don't know what it's called. Y'all, I was on TikTok for a minute and I got used to all their stuff. And then I come over to YouTube and you get used to doing one thing. So I'm doing my ruffle. And this is my technique for the ruffle. So if you happen to want a tutorial specifically on how to do a mesh wreath, just go to TheWreathMeshine on YouTube and you can see my tutorials for the different wreath making techniques, y'all. And again, I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all stay tuned to the end. We'll have a little thank you for y'all watching. For those of you who have not yet purchased a wreath lock, I was waiting for Miss Ray to get online tonight. I was hoping. So this is what the ruffle looks like, y'all, before I place it on the swag stick. Getting hot in Texas, y'all. That spring is coming, but it's supposed to be like 90 degrees tomorrow and the weekend. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure everything's good with my... Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. I don't know why I can't see very much on my monitor, but if y'all are out there, I appreciate it. The 5 of y'all that are watching, thank you. I know y'all have choices on the people you can watch. So again, I'm gathering, and then it's going to look like this ruffle here, okay? Cruffle, ruffle, crunch ruffle. They're like pancake style ruffles. So again, if you wouldn't mind sharing this live with anyone you know that makes wreaths, that owns wreaths, that wants to protect their wreaths, that wants to keep them from blowing off, falling off, and walking off their door, I would really appreciate the shares. I'm pretty new to doing lives on YouTube, so bear with me, y'all, because I do get nervous, get anxious. I am a Air Force veteran. I am a Marine mom, Marine veteran mom. My son just got out of the Marine Corps a few years ago, and we all veterans in this family. So this is the Wreath Lock is a veteran made product, y'all. All right. So here's what the first set of ruffles on the swag stick looks like, okay? So now I'm going to go back and fill in the pipe cleaners that were in between, okay? So I'm going to go pull those back up and out, and those are only going to be 4, okay? And I keep all my pipe cleaners on until the end, because eventually I'm going to make some bows, and these are a different kind of bow. It's a different kind of technique. So I call it the peacock technique. All right, here we go. All right, y'all. Let's do a few more ruffles. Alright, so we gather, keep everything as centered as possible. And then, doesn't matter which direction you go to fill in your ruffles. Can y'all see what I'm doing okay? I hope. Thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate it. If y'all wouldn't mind liking and subscribing. Like I was saying earlier, I'm filling in every other pipe cleaner now that does not have a piece of mesh in it, and this is mesh, y'all. Yes, I'm doing a short swag tutorial because this is the swag stick by the Wreath Lock. This is actually a stainless steel. This is a stainless steel base to make wreath swags on, okay? This is the first of its kind product. It works with the Wreath Lock, anti-theft, wreath hook, and protector. Everything works together. So right now I'm making these ruffles. This is similar to what you would usually do to make a regular swag, except this is being done on the swag stick. And the swag stick is available at wreathlock.com, or you can search Wreath Lock, W-R-E-A-T-H, Lock on Etsy. This product is new. It's only been out. Next month will be a year, y'all. So it hasn't even been out a full year yet, okay? So while I'm doing this tutorial, I am showing you some techniques that I use, obviously, to make my wreaths normally. This is the ruffle I use to make my regular wireframe wreaths and my regular swags before the Wreath Lock came out and the swag stick. So I just wanted to show you how it works, because if you're a wreath maker or you know anyone that is and you want to carry the Wreath Lock product line, I'm all about educating people on how the product works. Let me get one more piece of mesh, y'all. Because of course I couldn't have enough. Your pieces of mesh I'm going to do about 25 inches, y'all. So you can do whatever length of mesh you want. It's up to you when you do this. But all I'm going to say is it only requires 9 pieces of mesh. This is an 18-inch long swag stick. So it's not humongous. So if you build it up with picks and attachments and a lot of mesh, it'll be fuller, thicker, longer, etc. But what I'm doing right now, obviously I cut way too much. What I'm doing right now, y'all, is just using a regular amount of mesh to fill in the swag stick, y'all. Again, we're doing like a cruffle ruffle. Is that a word? Cruffle ruffle. And I'm just filling in the pipe cleaners with a single piece of mesh. So you can get your mesh online. You just look up Deco, D-E-C-O mesh, or you can look up, there's different types of mesh. They have them at like Hobby Lobby, Craft Outlet, Michael's. You'll see them in the craft section. You can just tell them you want mesh, M-E-S-H. So this is how it looks at this point, okay? So what I'm going to do now, let's see here, get this in between here, is, let me see, 1, 2, excuse me, y'all, I'm just, as you can see, all we did was we put our pipe cleaners through. All right. All right. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to make 4 sets of bows that are going to go in every other pipe cleaner. And then I'm going to come back at the end and add my attachments and my picks and stuff. Okay. So let me go ahead and put my swags over here. Y'all still with me? One second. All right, y'all. I hope y'all are having a great day. Again, thank y'all for watching. I hope everybody's having a good afternoon. Oh, Lord. Sorry, y'all. Take a little drink. All right, y'all. So this is what the bows are going to look like that I'm going to create. And these are actually called peacock style. And there's a reason that they're like this. And they're created this way for the swag stick. So being that this is the first one, I'm going to go ahead and place this. And also, let me go ahead and mention, in case you do purchase a swag stick, on the back, there's these 2 lines, okay? This is the top, because on the bottom, there is nowhere to attach. Thank you. So, top here, just be aware, there is a top and a bottom at the moment. The design may change in the near future, but at this moment, this is how it stands. There's only one top. So if you get it upside down like I did one time, you're going to have to go back and redo your swag. So this is going to go facing the bottom. So you see our ribbon goes halfway and down. A normal bow would have bows and tails and all, or would have loops and all that the whole way around, 360 degrees. This is just the bottom half or the top half, okay? So I'm going to place this one down first. This one's going to be at the bottom. I will fluff and zhuzh and do all that stuff when we get to the end. So, as you can see, this is the direction it's going to go initially. Okay? I'm going to take off this second pipe cleaner because we don't need the second one. We don't need this either. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all checking out the Wreath Meshine. If y'all could say hello, if y'all wouldn't mind liking and subscribing to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. So we're going to put 4 bows on this swag. That's what I suggest as the inventor. You being the creator, if you so choose to purchase it, you can do it how you want, okay? This is totally up to you. You can make the bows totally different if you want. But this is just how I'm suggesting it for the time being. Since this is a new product, we're going to be doing all kinds of tutorials showing you how to make these different ways. So right now I'm just doing I call it the peacock bow. So let me go ahead and clear out my center because I'm going to use that. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there just in case. I always suggest you leave your pipe cleaner on your design till your bows are in place, until you're totally sure how you want to do things, okay? All right, so since the first bow had the blue on the bottom, I'm going to do the red on the bottom on this one. So you're also going to get a bow tutorial. Let me raise the camera up a little bit, y'all. I'm too close. Let me know if y'all can still see. Thank you for the heart. Appreciate it. All right, hopefully it stays. Ooh. Y'all, my tripod's a little janky. So I'm going to explain in a second my bow technique, which is a little different maybe than some others. Okay, so I'm going to do a tail, which is going to be 6 inches. The bottom, I'm going to start with the red. Yeah, since the first bow had the blue on the bottom. Hi, Linda. How are you? Thank you for joining. Where are you joining from? Are you a wreath maker? Are you a wreath owner? So what I'm going to do is hold on. I apologize. Give me 1 second. 4. So I'm going to do 4 red, 4 blue, then 2 red. Okay. So I'm going to go at 5 inches, 4 inches, and 3 with a 6-inch tail on the first one. Okay. And this is the swag stick that I am doing this bow for. Swag stick by the Wreath Lock. If you go to wreathlock.com and look up swag stick, that is the product I invented. And what it is, the Wreath Lock itself is the first anti-theft wreath hook. Oh, cool. Yay. Well, maybe one day you could carry the product in your shop. Or maybe one day you can make the swags on the swag stick. I apologize, y'all. I get nervous. Every time I come on a live, I get nervous. So what I'm doing is 4 loops, 2 tails. Okay? So this is the 5-inch. I'm going to go ahead and cut my tail. Well, thank you for joining, Linda. Thank you so much. I appreciate you watching. Oh. So if you stay on, y'all, till the end, I have a surprise for y'all. If you have not purchased a wreath lock yet, you're going to want to stay on. So now I'm doing this. This is a Patriotic swag, but I'm using this checkered red, white, and blue colors for my design. And I know it's not traditional, but sometimes, y'all, I just don't do traditional. So again, I'm going to do another 4 loops, but this time I'm going to bring the loops down to 4 inches instead of 5. So I'm going to do 4 4-inch loops. So what I do is I gather, put it in, pinch and twist, because we want our nice design on the outside. This is a single-sided ribbon, which means the inside of the ribbon does not look like the outside. The outside is the prettier, so we want to keep it on the outside. So all I'm doing is going to the 4-inch mark. I'm pinching and twisting. So I guess y'all didn't know you were going to get a bow tutorial out of this too, huh? So again, I'm showing how to do a swag on the swag stick from the Wreath Lock, because the swag stick takes the place of a paint stick to make a swag on. It also takes the place of a traditional swag base. This is made of steel. It is reusable. It is something you can make a swag on for your client. And down the road, when it fades out or they get tired of it, they can just go on the back, cut off the pipe cleaners, give it back to you and say, can you make me another swag? And that in turn gives a wreath maker more business from their clients. And I also say this not just as the inventor, as a wreath maker, knowing the value of wreaths. I highly suggest your clients purchase a wreath lock, y'all, because it is the first and only anti-theft hook on the market. I am doing my due diligence to get the product out there on social media, ads, etc. So eventually, hopefully, everyone will know that this is an anti-theft product. Keeps your wreaths from blowing off, falling off, and walking off and being stolen from your door is what I'm saying. So let me, all right, this is going to be 2 loops and 2 tails at 3 inches, okay? Well, not the tail, the loops. So what I'm saying is to suggest the wreath lock to your wreath clients, okay? If they buy high-end wreaths from you, you want them to protect what you sell them, okay? And you want them to know you have their best interests at heart. And what I mean by that is when they know about the wreath lock, they know about the option to protect their wreaths. And when they have a wreath lock on their wreaths, they're protecting them. And that means they can trust you for guidance and to help them protect what they own and what they paid for. Because I'm not lying, this happened on TikTok the other day. One of the wreath makers told me one of her clients asked her to remake a wreath. I think that it got stolen. And I'm like, that shouldn't have happened, y'all. That shouldn't have happened. We have technology. We have the wreath lock. That should not be happening at this point. Because we have the ability. Sorry, y'all. Grabbing some zip ties. We have the ability to secure our wreaths now. So, just a suggestion to please recommend this to your clients if you don't end up carrying it in your shop. So if you're a wreath maker and you would like to carry this in your shop, I can do a wholesale agreement. You just have to reach out to me whenever you're ready and I can supply you with the wreath locks. So what I do when I take my bows off my bow maker, I take my 2 fingers and put them in between these 2 fingers. And then I take my thumb and put it on top, okay? And what I do is I swing the zip tie to the back, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my loops where I want them. Please do not close your zip tie until you have your loops in the position that you want them in. And as you can see, this is what I call the peacock method. Whether you point it up or you point it down, it just depends on where you put it on your swag on the swag stick. Okay, so I'm gonna just kind of judge this for now. When you're done placing your loops and your tails where you want them, as close as you can, y'all. It's not probably not going to look super perfect. Thank you, everyone who's watching. This is Maria D with the Wreath Machine, coming to you with a wreath lock. I'm currently working on a tutorial for a swag on the swag stick from the wreath lock. So I'm doing the bows right now. I do them a certain way that fits best on the swag stick. Bear with me, y'all. I get nervous. So again, we did the first one on the bottom, which is pointing down. The second one's going to also point down, and I'm obviously going to have to trim. I'm going to have to trim the tails, obviously. They're a little long. Or you could let them, if you want to let them drape, you can. So on the swag stick, there are 9 sets of holes to put your pipe cleaners through. And what I'm doing is putting a bow on every other set of holes and leaving the every other pipe cleaner empty essentially. So you are getting a bow tutorial out of this also. I do have other tutorials on the Wreath Meshine. I even have a tutorial that shows you how to make a wreath on a wireframe out of one single roll of mesh. And y'all, things are kind of expensive these days. So if you can do more with less and make money on it to top it off, I highly suggest you go watch the single roll mesh tutorial if you have a chance. All right, so these two are pointing down, okay? I'm gonna leave the tails and everything the way it is at this point. So what I'm gonna do now is make 2 more bows to fill in the 2 top sections, okay? And then we will fill in our center focal point. All right, let's see. I'm gonna do, thank y'all for watching. I know there's other people and places y'all could be doing and seeing right now, but I appreciate y'all watching. This is a new product. It just came out last April. Next month will be a year. So obviously I'm out doing tutorials showing people how to use the swag stick. The swag stick is, okay, so I'm going to do 4 loops at 5 inches. The next one's going to be 4 loops at 4 inches. And then the last 2 are going to be 2 loops at 3 inches. So the swag stick is the only piece in the Wreath Lock product line where you can actually make a decor piece on it. The rest of the product line is all for security. So this is the Wreath Lock here. This is the first and only anti-theft wreath hook, okay? And if you stay on till the end, I'm going to have this swag available for purchase where you can just submit payment to me directly. Oop. So we're not going to pinch and twist the last tail. So again, I'm doing 4 loops. And my ribbon's all bent up. 4 loops at 5 inches. The next one's going to be 4 loops at 4 inches. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it. Rosie D, you still on with me? Still awake out there? So I am from Manville, Texas, south of Houston. I am an Air Force veteran. All right. Most of my family is military or was military at some point. My son just got out of the Marine Corps a few years ago. He's in California, living his best life. So this is a veteran-made product. So I take the product seriously. I take what it is very seriously. Excuse me. Make sure I got everything consistent. You just want to make sure when you make loops that you get them consistent as possible. Because you don't want to have a 5-inch loop and a 4-inch loop and looking all wonky. So I just try to keep, excuse me, things as consistent as possible. So we're at 4 loops, 4 inches. All right, y'all. So again, when you get towards the end, I will have a little treat for y'all. Whoever hangs on till the end. Something I haven't done before. Because the product, like I said, is so new. But I want those of you who actually want to get Wreath Lock and or the swag stick or the whole essentials set, which is all 3 pieces in the Wreath Lock line. If you want to get it, I want to make it feasible. I know the economy is pretty funkety right now, and you know, not everything is happy joy. But if I can make it a little easier for y'all to get a Wreath Lock. Now I want to help do that. So this is the last set of bows, I'm sorry, loops on this bow. This is the third out of the fourth. So we're going to do 2 loops at 3 inches, and I will zip tie this one, and we will be on to the last bow. And again, this bow is called the peacock bow. I created it specifically for the swag stick because of its design, and I will show you why I did that when I have everything in place. Because the swag stick is made a little different than traditional swags. So as you can see how I'm making this, we go from the center and we put our tails and our loops in one direction. Whether it's up or down, it just depends the design of whatever you're making. So I don't know, I've never seen this design made before. I don't know if Linda or you, Rosie, have ever seen a bow created like this, kind of inverted, I guess, but we're just gonna call it the peacock bow, and we're gonna leave it at that for now. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it off, 2 fingers underneath and my thumb up top. I'm gonna take my zip tie and pull it around the back. So y'all might do things a little different than me, and that's fine. Everybody does stuff different. When you're a wreath maker, you learn from certain people, you get tips and tricks from certain people, and that's okay. Everybody does things differently. Like if I was to give you a swag stick today and ask you to make bows and do ruffles, you're going to do them totally different than me. And there's no shame in that, y'all. What I'm doing with this product at this point is I'm just trying to give people an idea of how to go about using the swag stick initially. So this is another one. This is 3 or 4. I'm going to go ahead and place it. And when you're doing your zip tie, do not tie it all the way until you get your loops and your tails in place. Because unfortunately, once you tighten this all the way, it's going to be hard to move your loops and your tails, okay? So try and get them as close to where you want them as possible before you go and tighten. And grab my swag stick. So again, top is here because these slots, okay? So we've already done the bows on the bottom. Turn the camera a little bit. So it's up to you if you want to do your bow going downward or you want to do it upward. And I'm actually going to do it going upward. I just like how it looks, y'all. I like the tails going up. What do y'all think? Y'all can do it however you want. I mean, first, this is a different kind of design for a patriotic swag as it is. So let me know what y'all think about it. Everybody's different. Some people like traditional. Some people like modern. Some people like... There's a different taste for everybody, y'all. All right. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it. We're getting close to the final bow. Then I'm going to place the picks. I have some stars and stuff that I'm going to use. Make sure here. Actually, yeah, I'm going to do that. We'll make it work. We'll make it work, y'all. I'm going to leave that there for now. All right, so my next bow, my final of the 4 is going to go right here. And then I'm going to actually see what y'all think about filling in the center. This is where we're at so far, y'all. So you see why I did the bows a certain way? So how they go down and they go up. Yes, please subscribe, like, share. If you know other wreath makers that sell wreaths, if you know groups of wreath makers, if you wouldn't mind sharing this with them so that they could consider potentially carrying or purchasing the Wreath Lock, I would really appreciate it, y'all. because this is a new product. Like I said, I'm trying to get it out into the world, and any help I can get, I would greatly appreciate it. So what I decided I'm going to do for my focal bow in the end is I'm going to place this in the center. So as you can see with all this mesh, it's going to be a little hard for me to guide my little pipe cleaners through. So I'm actually going to give you a tip to do that. So let me finish this last bow for the top, and then I'm going to show you how to do that. I show little tips and tricks here and there that other people may not show. It's just stuff that I've learned over time, or just things that I figured out on my own how to do, that I share with people so that you can do things a little easier, more efficient, time saving, keep from cutting your hands up to death. Because let me tell y'all, making wreaths, let's start with the 5-inch. Making wreaths can jack your hands up, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. Sometimes if I'm not cutting myself, I'm burning myself with some hot glue. And if I'm not doing that, I'm scratching and cutting my hands on wreath frames or mesh. So y'all gotta be careful when you're doing this stuff. May have to grab another roll of the red, which is okay. I may have enough to do one set here. So we're going to do 5-inch loops, 4 5-inch loops, including the tails. I'll leave the tails to give it some fluff, to give it a nice look. Get my needles out the way before I start stabbing myself. All right, y'all, let's see here. Blue 4-inch loops. 4 4-inch loops. Again, I'm sticking my just a suggestion, y'all. If you're a wreath maker, you probably already know. Do not cut your zip ties with your ribbon scissors. They will dull your scissors. They won't cut your ribbons right anymore. If you're gonna cut a zip tie like this, please get a good set of wire cutters. Amazon, Lowe's, I don't care where, y'all. Just don't use your scissors, the same scissors you use to cut your ribbon. Please don't do that. You will mess your scissors up. And good scissors are not cheap, y'all. Even on Amazon. When you can find them, the ones you like on sale, grab a bunch. Grab a bunch. All right, so I did 4 loops at 4 inches. Cut my tail. And please, please, please don't take your eyes off your scissors when you're cutting, because you will cut your finger, I promise, because I've done it even a few weeks ago. Thank you, everyone that's watching. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Wreath Machine. All right, y'all. 2 more loops at 3 inches. Pinch and twist. Put my tails facing up. So again, this is called the peacock. This is a bow technique I created specifically for the swag stick, which is what it's about to go on. So again, 2 loops at 3 inches to finish off the 4th and final peacock bow. Thank y'all for the hearts. Thank y'all for subscribing, for sharing, for liking. This is another suggestion, y'all. If you're doing a bow on a bow maker, you can zhuzh, fluff, do your loops and all that stuff while you have it on the bow maker. That may make your life a little bit easier. That way when you put I use zip ties to secure my bows because I feel like it's a little bit stronger than just floral wire or a pipe cleaner. But hey, everybody does things differently, y'all. All right, let's do this here. And again, do not close your zip tie all the way until you have your tails and your bows in place. Sorry, y'all, I just need to clean up real quick. It's agitating. Bring your zip tie to the back, hold it in place, get your, see, you shouldn't have to do too many adjustments since I did most of them on the bow maker a minute ago. So again, I hope everybody's having a good evening. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for subscribing. Again, this is Maria D with the Wreath Machine, bringing you the Wreath Lock, the world's first and only anti-theft wreath hook. And I am doing a tutorial on the swag stick by Wreath Lock. So here we go. We're going to cut this last one here. Fixing to get it in place on my swag stick. And I'll get my other bow. Decided I wanted to go ahead and use that. So let me go ahead and put this one in place. And I will finish all the other things off later, y'all. I'm just trying to let y'all get back to your night. I don't want to keep you on all night. So I'm just going to finish this up on my end, show you the finished product when I get there. I'm going to add the pics and all that also so you can see. So that if you do decide you want to purchase, whether it's tonight or on Etsy, if you purchase it tonight, like I said, you can get this tricolor hand painted wreath lock. This is a limited edition, red, white, and blue. It's hand painted by me, the inventor, and I don't make very many of them, y'all, because I am doing this all myself. But if you want a good patriotic looking hook, because there are, I don't think there's any on the market, y'all. So I'm just going to say this of the wreath lock. Me being the inventor, I have the ability to do different designs. I have the ability to shape the metal in different ways that other people cannot do on the decor market. So the regular stores don't have anything like this. And they definitely don't have the wreath lock, which is patent pending, keeps your wreaths from blowing off your door. It works with any wreath type on the market, y'all. So whether it's a swag, whether it's a wireframe or a grapevine, it'll work with it, okay? All right, let me go ahead. I'm going to show you in a second. I'm going to tie this off real quick so I can put this other bow in the middle. So this is what I'm going to use in the middle for my focal point, this bow, okay? So what I'm going to show you an easy way to put this on the swag stick. So being that I cannot see the holes in the back of the swag stick, I'm going to guide these pipe cleaners with this needle, which is from either Amazon or the craft section at Walmart. You've probably seen them before. They're little plastic needles. So what they do is they help me guide my pipe cleaners through my swag stick and all the mesh, because the stuff gets really thick, y'all. So what I'm going to do is look at the back, figure out where I'm going to put my bow. So this bow is going to be like focal point. So instead of flowers, this bow. So I'm holding one of the pipe cleaners with one hand. In the other hand, I'm going to get the other one. And I'm going to feel on the back for the other hole. And of course I did it backwards. Okay. Bear with me because I'm trying to feel what I need to feel. This is probably going to take y'all a minute when you start doing this, because A, you have to get used to the product, but when you do, It will be totally worth it, I promise, because you will have a swag base that you can actually secure to the wreath lock. It's going to keep it from being taken. Let me secure this on the back. I will cut this off later, y'all. I just want to get this done and situated so I don't keep y'all on all night. I could be on here easily 2 hours. Thank y'all for being patient. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. Right now, I'm not coming online live that often. I am trying to get my craft room install finalized, which is going to be early next week. So more than likely I'll be coming on maybe Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. But for right now, we're just going to do today and keep on trucking. Okay. Again, if y'all are interested in the wreath lock, the swag stick, or anything in the wreath lock product line, please visit wreathlock.com. So all I'm doing right now is I'm zhuzhing, moving, fluffing, etc. So this is where we're at right now. So what do y'all think so far of this swag? She is a little different. She is like checkered. This is a different kind of patriotic. I don't know if y'all ever thought about doing checkered in your patriotic swags before, but I kind of like it. It's different. Kind of like that NASCAR patriotic kind of look. Sort of, kind of. Sort of. Miss Linda, you still on? You have a shop on Etsy and stuff? And what do you think about, what do y'all think about the swag stick? All right, y'all. She's a little different. Let me go ahead and get my picks. So, because the swag stick is 18 inches, so that obviously is going to make your swag a little over 24 inches long. It's not a huge swag, but like I said, you can build it up with picks and all kinds of attachments, which can make it wider, thicker, fuller. It's up to you. So for this tutorial, I'm essentially doing something pretty simple that most people could probably do, okay? All right, I'm just grabbing my picks. So what I'm gonna do is add some stars. So I'm gonna do one on the bottom and one on the top, just like these. These are from Hobby Lobby. So like this here, I'm just gonna go under the bottom piece. It's gonna be slightly hidden, but that's okay. And then depending how you cut your stars, you can cut them longer, the stick that's in them, or shorter. It's up to you, y'all. All right. Be careful with the hot glue when you're gluing, please. All right. Star at the top. It's going to be a little hidden, but it's okay. And then I'm going to put a blue star at the bottom. Okay. Just try and get your colors to match as close as possible. I know it's not always possible, but just do the best you can. And then, let's see here. What y'all think so far? Let me raise the camera back up. Let me raise the camera back up a little bit, y'all. Thank you. Let's roll it back up. Rise and shine, y'all. Tell me what y'all think about it so far. I know it looks a little orange. Why does it look orange? It's not orange, it's red. What y'all think so far? Y'all liking it? She's looking pretty good. Oh, my tablet. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. That's why I couldn't see anything. My tablet went dead. Here we go. So do y'all like the checkerboard? Pretty cool? I think it looks neat. Okay, so what I'm going to do real quick, in fact, if it lets me, I'm going to put some stars in the middle and attach them, hopefully without burning my fingers. And you may not be able to see them that great on all of the bows because some tails are going to be in the way, but hey, it's just to give it a little more pop, you know what I mean? So let's see, let me do this. So these little stars are foam with some glitter on them, and they are also from Hobby Lobby. Thank y'all for joining. I appreciate y'all watching. This is Maria D with the Wreath Machine, bringing you the Wreath Lock. The Wreath Lock is the first hook to keep your wreaths from falling off, blowing off, accidentally falling off, and most of all, being taken from your door. It is the first anti-theft wreath hook. It is patent pending, stainless steel, weather and rust resistant. It is available at wreathlock.com. And if y'all just stick with me for a few more minutes, I have a little surprise for y'all, for those who stay till the end. Okay. That I haven't done yet, but I'm willing to do it tonight because I want everyone that would like to get a wreath lock to be able to get a wreath lock. Because I know the economy is hard right now, but I know people still want to buy wreaths. They still want to make their houses look nice, or their apartments especially. Apartments, townhouses, y'all really need this. Let me try and come up a little bit more. Maybe I came up too much. Townhouses, apartments, senior living, anything like that. I know y'all need this. You're in a house, the winds are strong. Right now, springtime, winds are blowing everything over. Surprised if you had a wreath and it blew down the road into the gutter, into someone's backyard, your dog got it and ate it like your homework. Yeah, y'all. So the wreath lock is available at wreathlock.com, and it is also available on Etsy. All you got to do is type in wreath lock, and this is wreath lock. See, I can't do this on TikTok because I get restricted. That's why I'm on Facebook. I mean, YouTube, Facebook. Can you tell I'm tired? Okay, so this is the swag stick. Swag on a swag stick. This is on a stainless steel back. Now I'm going to show you how it secures to this hook right here via an adapter. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope it taught you something that maybe you've never seen before. So let me show you how you're going to connect this to the wreath lock. So first, let me move my glue gun before I have an occupational accident over here. So if you purchase this swag, you're more than welcome to add more to it. Okay, I'm just doing the tutorial, showing you how it is. I put some pics on it, some stars. I put some stars in the center of the bows. So in the middle, there's a large bow focal point. So let me go ahead and show you how this attaches. So what you're going to do is you're going to flip your swag stick backwards, and then you're going to put this adapter through it on the mesh side through to the outside, y'all. Excuse me, y'all. I got to see what I'm doing. Okay. Once you do that through the top slot, you're going to take your wreath lock hook, you're going to flip it upside down, and it's going to face the back of whatever wreath you're going to secure. In this situation, it is the swag stick. You're going to get it and pass it through, and you're going to let it fall to the bottom. Easy installation. Once you do this, You're going to take the whole unit, the whole thing. This is all one unit now. Take it over to the door like a regular J-hook, wreath hook. You're going to put this over the top of your door. Once you close and lock the door, your swag stick is now secure. This cannot be removed without your door being open and you taking this off. This is a theft deterrent that keeps people from trying to take your wreaths. It's as secure as possible compared to what we've had until now. So this is a patent pending design. These three things, the swag stick, the adapter, and the wreath lock hook, are all made to work together. The only thing that can work by itself and on its own is the wreath lock hook itself. Otherwise, these things work together. So I just wanted to show you this. So if you are online watching and you're a wreath maker, you can purchase the swag stick separately. So say you want to purchase a wreath lock hook that comes with the adapter, one, right? And then you want to purchase the swag stick to create swags on it to sell to your clients. You can buy as many of these separate as you want, okay? You can buy as many wreath lock hooks as you want also. But my main thing in showing you this is they all work together as a system. So if you want all three pieces, you look for the essentials set online on wreathlock.com or on Etsy. It's called the essentials set. It comes with all three pieces. If you just want the wreath lock hook, you just purchase the wreath lock hook on its own. So currently the wreath lock hook comes in straight edges or wave design, either one. They all come in painted or plain. The straight edge also comes in some engraved, laser engraved designs. So you just have to decide which one you want. So on that note, because y'all watched until the end, I have a surprise for you. Okay, y'all ready? Let's see. So if you go to Etsy and you type in Wreath Lock or TheWreathMeshine, either or, you find the Wreath Lock hooks. You go to my shop, TheWreathMeshine. If you type in YouTube 15 in the promo code when you check out, you will get 15% off any Wreath Lock hook or the essential set or both, whichever one you want to purchase. The only thing that's not 15% off is the adapter because those are already pretty low price. But you get a Wreath Lock adapter with each hook you purchase. Okay? So it's YouTube 15 and I'm going to type it in. So you put that in the promo code on Etsy in my shop and you will get 15% off, which I don't usually do. Oh, let me type it in on my tablet. YouTube. I would do it all caps, y'all. 15%. You can try it all caps. You can try it lowercase. I tried it all caps and it worked. So YouTube 15, you get 15% off of your Wreath Lock product line purchase, except for the adapters on Etsy. This only works on Etsy, okay? It's good for one purchase, I think. So make sure you get everything you want when you purchase your Wreath Lock. You get the plain, the engraved, the painted, the wave, the straight side, whichever. Now, if you go to wreathlock.com, my shop online, the website, a little box will pop up and you just put in your email. So if you subscribe to the emails, it will give you a code for 10% off. That's on wreathlock.com. The thing is about wreathlock.com, when you subscribe to the emails, and this is not in my control, y'all, I'm sorry. You subscribe to the emails, you put your email address in, you get an email, it'll say, please confirm your email subscription. Click yes, blah. It will then, after the second email, send you the code for 10% off. I highly suggest you subscribe to the emails because when a new design, like the wave design, the wavy edges, Wreath Lock comes out, I send an email out to the subscribers to let them know that it's come out. Also with like clearances, sales, etc. That is the only way on the wreathlock.com I can notify people and let them know about these deals and these specials and these product developments, etc. So to be one of the first people to know, I suggest you subscribe to wreathlock.com to get the emails, okay? You do have to confirm your subscription, and then it will send you another email. It's a pain, I know, I'm sorry. Send you another email, and you'll get the code. Otherwise, go to Etsy, get whatever wreath locks you want, whether you want the hooks, the straight edge, whatever, and type in YouTube 15, YouTube 15 all together, like it says in the comments, and you get 15% off your purchase. I have not done a 15% off yet since the Wreath Lock has been out. It will be out a year next month. So happy yay 1 year birthday for the Wreath Lock. Okay, so if y'all have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments on this video, or you can send me a message on wreathlock.com. There's a contact us tab. You can send me a message there. If you're a wreath maker and you would like to carry the Wreath Lock in your shop to be able to either sell it to your clients, or say you want to comp them for purchasing your high-end wreaths, reach out to me, Maria at wreathlock.com. Just say in the subject line, wholesale inquiry or wholesale request. I just need to be able to confirm you're a business owner to be able to do a wholesale agreement. And obviously you'll get it at a wholesale price, and you just purchase however many you want to purchase. So again, you can put them in your shop either for sale, or you can gift them to your high-end clients, however you want to do it. Because let me tell y'all, they're not going to find this product anywhere but my shop and on Etsy. This is patent pending. This is the first and only anti-theft wreath hook available in the world. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not tooting my horn, I'm just stating the facts. So if you have ever had a wreath blow off, fall off, or be stolen from your door, and you're traumatized and your peace of mind is shot and you don't want to go through that again, I highly suggest the Wreath Lock. This is the first of and only anti-theft wreath hook on the market. So again, you can get it at Etsy, type in Wreath Lock, use YouTube 15, like in the comments, for your promo code. Or you can go to wreathlock.com, subscribe to the emails, get your 10% off, or if you just want to purchase it, however you want to. But thank you again for watching. If you would like to purchase this swag, which is a little over 24 inches, this whole set as it is, including the Wreath Lock, the adapter, the hand painted hook, it will be $149 altogether. Shipping is free. If you would like to purchase, just reach out to me and let me know. I don't know how to really do this. Well, you can leave a comment here, and if you're interested in it, just let me know. But other than that, thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate your support of this veteran-owned product and business. I will send out notifications next time I come on live. Thank you to my moderator and my mom, Rosie D. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a blessed rest of the week, and I look forward to seeing you again on the next live. So have a good evening, y'all. Bye. YouTube 15, y'all. Go get your wreath locks. Have a good evening.